Просто отек, сползай, 5 минут.
Islam Makhachev was also grappling Khabib's cousin Khabib Nurmagomedov, and he was showing some techniques as well. When Khabib Nurmagomedov was training them all, he was just holding the camera, he was telling Islam what to do. Also, Khabib is in the gym with Islam Makhachev and all the boys. He's helping everyone out for their next fights, especially Islam Makhachev.
Makhachev. Take Makhachev for instance, he always has the right game plan. Take him down, apply pressure, keep pressing, impose his pressure. And I believe that this is exactly the right kind of...
With UFC 330 just 2 days away, Islam Makhachev has entered full beast mode, lifting heavy, grinding through brutal grappling sessions, and sharpening every weapon in his arsenal. And with Khabib Nurmagomedov pushing him inside camp, Islam looks more dangerous than ever as he prepares to unleash hell on Ian Garry. Islam Makhachev's grappling and takedown game is looking absolutely lethal as UFC 330 approaches, with every exchange showing why he's so feared on the ground. Even Khabib Nurmagomedov is backing Islam's evolution, praising the champion's ability to stay sharp and dominate during this brutal final stretch of camp. With Ian Garry waiting just days away, Islam isn't just preparing to win, he's preparing to drag Garry into deep waters and take over. However, Khabib made it clear that Islam Makhachev didn't reach the top by luck. He separated himself through an insane work ethic, discipline, and sacrifice. While others were developing alongside him, Islam kept pushing forward because he was willing to give up more and work harder than almost anyone around him. Khabib says Islam sacrificed a huge part of his life to reach this level, proving that elite greatness comes from relentless commitment, not shortcuts. That brutal dedication is exactly what Khabib believes makes Islam different from the rest, and worthy of standing among the world's elite fighters.
And alongside Islam, a lot of guys were developing while training with me. But Islam made it all the way because of his work ethic, his discipline, and let's call it sacrifice. He gave up a lot to reach this level. This isn't easy. You have to make sacrifices.
Khabib says Islam Makhachev is mentally rock solid, forged through countless brutal training camps and high-pressure fights. He emphasizes that Islam has developed an elite fighter's mindset, sharing the same relentless attitude toward hard work that Khabib himself carries. With that kind of psychological strength and savage work ethic, Khabib makes it clear that breaking Islam mentally is no easy task.
Were there any small but interesting differences between you and Islam, psychologically speaking?
There are many. Psychologically, he's very solid too. I've been around him through so many training camps and so many fights. He's built very strong mentally. Of course, we're different in certain things, but in terms of our fighters' attitude toward their work, we have a lot in common.
However, Khabib says he wants Islam to break the records of John Jones, Demetrius Johnson, and Georges St-Pierre. He believes Islam has a real chance to join the greatest fighters in MMA history. His message is simple: if those legends can do it, why can't Islam? Now, Khabib says Islam must make the most of the time he has left.
I'd like him to break all those records, to overtake John Jones, Demetrius Johnson, and St-Pierre. No matter how much respect I have for them, Islam has a chance. but time is starting to run out a little.
From another angle, Chael Sonnen sent shockwaves through the MMA world, insisting that Ian Garry has all the weapons needed to defeat the dominant Islam Makhachev. Sonnen stressed that Garry is far from an ordinary challenger and has the skill set to pull off one of the biggest upsets in UFC history. His message is clear: count Ian Garry out at your own risk. Chael sees him as a serious threat to Islam's reign.
I actually think Ian Garry can beat Islam. Now, I'm not predicting for you that he's going to, or we'll get to that as this fight gets closer, but I'm sharing for you he can.
Adding to that, Bas Rutten refuses to buy the hype that Islam Makhachev will steamroll Ian Garry in round 1. He predicts Garry will shock everyone and perform far better than expected, with elite movement, striking, wrestling, and relentless preparation. And with 6 months of intense ground training, Bas believes Ian has a real chance to land something crazy and turn this fight upside down.
Now, as I said, a lot of fighters say that Makhachev is going to win this fight in the first round. I'm saying he won't. Well, why? Just to stir some things up. I predict Garry will do much better than people expect him to. And maybe he'll land something crazy. Does he have a chance? Of course he does have a chance. It will be hard, but it's not impossible because I know his great work ethic, great striking, great movement, and then a lot of wrestling and a lot of ground training for the last 6 months.
However, Bas Rutten says Islam Makhachev will come forward with a calculated attack, using his striking to set up perfectly timed takedowns. Once Islam gets the fight to the ground, Bas expects him to hunt relentlessly for submissions and put Ian Garry under serious pressure. But Bas wants a high-paced, brutal back-and-forth war lasting beyond 3 rounds. Not an easy night for either man.
Makhachev is going to do what he always does. He's going to use his striking to set up great time takedowns, and once it hits the ground, yes, he will go for submissions. Listen, I just want to see a great fight, longer than 3 rounds, high-paced, back and forth, and then whoever wins.
At last, Bas Rutten admits Islam Makhachev is the clear favorite, but he warns everyone not to count Ian Garry out. With Garry a dangerous, slick striker, Bas believes this fight is far closer than the odds suggest, and Ian can make things very difficult. And despite Gary's wild round 4 knockout prediction, Bas loves his confidence.
And we know what happened there. So again, I would not count Garry out. He's very slick. Let's see what happens in this upcoming Saturday that we have coming up for the UFC. Can he set him up in those 3 rounds? This is what he said in an interview, and then go for a knockout blow in the 4th round? It's a crazy prediction, but you know something about him, I don't know.
Islam's former opponent, Charles Oliveira, showed huge respect for 3 elite names, Islam Makhachev, Dustin Poirier, and Ilia Topuria, but made it clear that Islam stands above them in his eyes. Oliveira praised Islam's constant evolution, highlighting how his relentless work on footwork has completely transformed his game. It's a serious warning to Ian Garry. The champion isn't slowing down, he's becoming even more dangerous with every camp.
This is an interesting question because I wonder who Charles will take with him.
Islam Makhachev, then Sport.
Who?
Islam Makhachev.
The fighters are Islam Makhachev, Dustin Poirier, and also Ilia Topuria.
Yeah.
Every time we see each other, they treat me very well. These are 3 guys whom I respect a lot as fighters. And not just for what they do in the cage, but also for who they are outside of it. And
who is the best among these 3?
Out of these 3, Islam Makhachev.
Islam Makhachev?
Yes, Islam Makhachev. I think he is an exceptionally talented master and is currently working hard on improving his footwork. I think he is one of those who, in my opinion, has undergone the most significant transformation.
Islam Makhachev manager Ali Abdelaziz made it clear that Team Islam respects Ian Garry, but once the octagon door shuts, respect means nothing. He confidently believes Islam Makhachev's elite skills, relentless pressure, and championship experience will expose a massive gap between the 2 fighters when they finally collide.
He's doing it himself, but you know, he's there, he's a number, and Islam on August 15 will take the number, and after that he go back to the kitchen. This is what's gonna happen, you know. Yeah. But you know, we respect him very much. We think he's talented. We're training really, really hard for him. Like, he is the greatest fighter on the planet. And like I said, this game is unforgiving. Anything can happen. Mm-hmm. Somebody can throw a head kick, catch you, knock you out. A punch, knock you out. You know, can catch you and broke your arm, something will happen. But if you match skill to skill, brother, it's not even on Islam's level, honestly, my opinion.
Islam Makhachev's wrestling may be his biggest weapon, but MMA CHE highlighted a dangerous weakness. Without the right setup, even Islam's takedowns can be neutralized. Ian Garry's elite footwork, range, and lightning-fast reactions could punish every sloppy entry. If Islam can't disguise his attacks and execute the perfect game plan, Garry could drag the pound-for-pound king into one of the toughest fights of his career.
Not saying that Islam Makhachev is an Olympic-level wrestler, because he's not, he's not at all. Islam Makhachev's a judo sambo guy. His pure wrestling's not the best aspect of his game. He has good wrestling, but it's not the best aspect of his game. When you look at the JDM fight, what you're going to see there is Islam. He set up the takedown so perfectly. He was using high kicks to keep Jack's guard up, the calf kicks to make him stationary. So, Jack was a sitting duck with both of his hands up, and there was literally zero opposition when Islam dove for his hips. There was no defense. But you parallel that to this, where frankly, Islam didn't really set it up. He just fucking snatched it. He just reached for it, and Dustin Poirier's already there. He's fighting the hands already. He's starting to, try to limp leg out right here, which is very good. Honestly, Islam, good job hanging on to it, but again, it's so slippery without wrestling shoes on. He pulls out. Islam looking for the tie clinch, though, but it's good defense.
Islam friend and UFC champion Belal Muhammad believes Islam Makhachev's dominance is so complete that many fans still fail to recognize how special his style truly is. While critics may demand more entertainment, Islam continues extending one of the UFC's longest active winning streaks through control, consistency, and championship-level performances. Every victory strengthens his legacy and moves him closer to all-time greatness. For Belal, Islam isn't simply winning fights, he's building a resume that could define an entire era of MMA.
What do you think happens here between Ian Garry and Islam Makhachev?
I just think a lot of people are just underestimating Ian. I think he's very smart with the way he fights and the way he strategizes and game plans. But obviously, Islam is pound for pound, right? I definitely think Ian's a live dog, right?
How impressive it would be hitting 17 straight wins.
That's crazy, right? And it's so easy to lose in a sport. Anything could happen. Like, you could literally walk and slip and catch something or get caught with something. So what he's doing is wild. Now to do it at 2 weight classes is even bigger. I don't think that people understand how hard it is to put that big of a streak on or get a double-digit streak in the UFC. It's one of the craziest things. And then you're fighting the best guys in the world every single time. Yeah, I mean, that's going to put him on close to that Mount Rushmore, right? At what point do you be like, oh, he belongs up there? Like, they're not mentioning his name.
Wrapping it up, however, American MMA veteran Henry Cejudo made it crystal clear that fans are seriously sleeping on Ian Garry. He stressed that Garry isn't just a dangerous striker, he's a complete mixed martial artist with elite fight IQ, wrestling, and the adaptability to challenge anyone. Cejudo even labeled him one of the toughest stylistic matchups for Islam Makhachev, insisting Garry has every weapon needed to drag the pound-for-pound king into a brutal war.
Ian Garry's he's a competitor, man. When I watched that fight with him and Carlos Prates, I was like, bro, he was able to really mix in the takedowns, kick his lead leg, do the whole 9, control him, and then, once you're up, okay, Carlos, I'm going to be safe, and you can have that 5th round. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, Ian is much more intelligent than people think he is,
Agreed.
Yeah. And that's what I tell Kamaru. Like, Kamaru, I think that's the toughest fight for a guy like Islam Makhachev.
As for now, Islam Makhachev is entering UFC 330 in absolute beast mode, backed by Khabib and fueled by relentless work. Khabib believes Islam's discipline, mentality, and evolution have him on a path toward all-time greatness. But Chael Sonnen, Bas Rutten, and Henry Cejudo warn that Ian Garry has the tools, movement, and fight IQ to create serious problems. With Oliveira and Ali Abdelaziz praising Islam while others highlight Garry's danger, this clash is shaping up to be an explosive battle of styles. 2 days remain, and both men believe they have what it takes to take over this fight. Islam brings championship dominance, while Garry brings size, speed, and a dangerous game plan. Now the waiting is almost over. UFC 330 is ready to explode. If you're hyped for Islam Makhachev versus Ian Garry, smash that like and share this video, subscribe now, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the latest UFC 330 updates.